It's a big assumption for 2019.
Okay, but here's the thing. In the song In My Feelings, Kiki
Yes.
is Kim.
Hey
guys, what's up and welcome to the Pop. I'm Sara here.
And I'm Brett.
And I'm Sal.
And today we're talking to you about the last 2 weeks in music. So we had a couple new releases with Quavo's Quavo Huncho. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ellie Mae's self-titled, Sun City by Khalid, which is his sophomore album, Anthem of the Peaceful Army by Greta Van Fleet, Future and Juice WRLD's collab album World on Drugs, and Dua Lipa finally completed her album, and she just called it the self-titled Dua Lipa, the completed edition. She just added new songs. As far as trends go, we had a couple of things going on with beef and stuff. So Drake finally came out and spoke about this summer with Kanye. LeBron has a show called The Shop where he invites like known celebrities and they talk about whatever it is that they wanted to talk about. And one of the topics that Drake hit on, it went viral, was what happened with Kanye. So if we want to do a quick recap, basically Kanye invited Drake to Wyoming, and he didn't tell him he was recording a new album.
Okay.
He just told him that he was just going to go work on music. But Drake sort of got the feeling that if he's inviting him out there, he's going to be doing something a little fishy, you know? Cause
a little suspicious because something's up.
Yeah, Kanye. So he invited him out to Wyoming, and Drake was like, all right. Or Kanye was like, all right, Drake, you got to be open and transparent with me. You got to, work with me here so we can create great stuff. So Drake opened up to Kanye. He told him about his son, told him when he was dropping his album. He put his heart on the line for him.
Right.
And Ye was like, okay, cool. He gave him Lift Yourself, right? He's like, here's a beat, go write, make your music to it. It's all yours. You can have it put on your album, whatever. And Drake was like, all right, sweet. A week after Wyoming, Ye releases Lift Yourself as like a diss to Drake.
Ooh. Right.
How do you feel? Do you feel like Ye did that intentionally? And do you think that Drake could still use that beat?
I don't think that he could use, like you're saying, do you think he could still use it now or like right when he had released it?
Or if he could have put it on Scorpion.
Right. Wasn't there someone else on Lift Yourself when it was first released, right? It wasn't. It was
Kanye. Yeah, it was Kanye doing the whoopity scoop, the doopity.
Classic lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the hard beat.
Right.
Do you feel like Drake could still use that beat? I mean, he still has the right to use it, or do you think that it's just nah?
If it's way better than all that whoopity scoop,
if he samples it.
Yeah, if it comes back stronger and a lot better. I see there's a possibility he could use it.
I think, technically you can always wonder what could have been, but, as of right now, that's certainly something that people think of, at least current Kanye. He kind of came back into the scene and,
I mean, I just feel like it's just going to be another what if,
Yeah.
But the big thing that happened in Wyoming was the son thing. So Drake literally showed Kanye a picture of his son. He vented him. He's like, I don't know what to do, whatever. And Kanye, the snake he is, went behind Drake's back, and he was producing Pusha T's album, right?
He told
Pusha
okay.
Yeah. It was part of the series. He told Pusha T that Drake was having a son, and Push put it on a song, and that begins the whole Drake Ye beef.
How large was the mention though?
We can pull up some receipts actually.
Oh, perfect.
So he literally called Drake a deadbeat dad, and it's in the story of Adidon, which it's not on whatever Spotify or anything.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a whole verse that's like, and he also makes fun of one of Drake's producers, OVO40, who has MS, and he's like, OVO40 hunched over like he 80, tick, 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 how much time he got, that man is sick, sick, sick. So not even that, not like
so that's just unnecessary.
Polite words, yeah, totally.
Total polite words.
Polite trash
Drake
talk.
talked to LeBron about that, and he was like, yeah, that's crossing the line, and he calls Drake a deadbeat player, hiding his son, let that boy come home, Adonis is your son. He deserves more than Adidas press run, because Drake did an Adidas run called Adonis or whatever, and Drake's baby mama is also a porn star, and so it's a whole mess. Actually,
That is a bit of a
Yeah,
mess. Yeah.
And after
Not too great of a
this,
situation.
I kind of lost respect for Kanye. Not gonna lie.
Are there any is there any sort of like public record of Drake's son at all? I feel like I've never seen anything like
No,
Right.
there is
But-
not.
So
That kind of plays into.
I mean, I guess at least
finding out now.
yeah, at least he has the satisfaction that he has some security there. you
Yeah,
know?
so he showed in the interview, actually, he showed LeBron a picture of it, and he just kind of like showed it to him and
Yeah.
swiped it away real quick, so the
Okay.
cameras didn't even get a glimpse at it.
Okay.
So Drake's been really, cautious about that stuff, but I thought the interview really like showed a lot. I don't know whether or not we should believe Drake because then again,
it's all word of mouth, I guess.
it's all beef,
He
know.
said,
Yeah.
she said, that type
Yeah,
of thing.
exactly. So I don't know. I'm excited, and I'm also really speculating that Kim and what's his face, Kanye, are gonna break up within 2019. That's part of my theories for 2019.
That's a big assumption for 2019.
Okay, but here's the thing: in the song "In My Feelings," Kiki
Yes.
is Kim.
What evidence do you have to support it?
Yeah.
Or is
Or
it just
There was
is
a
it
whole-
public opinion that it is?
There was a whole Twitter thread about this, which I don't remember anything from, but
Okay.
and it just made sense to me, and I feel like Kim and Drake are kind of having an affair right now, and within a couple of years, or within next year, within the end of 2019, mark my words, the cameras are rolling. Drake will be with Kim, and Kanye's gonna I hope Kanye got a prenup, and that's all I can say. Other than
He
that,
does
Brett,
mention
Kanye
it.
was, he was broke like a while ago.
yeah, he
And-
was asking people for money on Twitter. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
he had the Kickstarter, and then
Yeah.
he just came back with
Mark
being the marriage to
Zuckerberg,
Kim.
can you donate $100 million?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Someone Venmoed him for sure. Yeah.
Came through.
Anything
the plug.
helps.
So what was their initial reason for meeting in Wyoming? again?
Just to work on music.
And it was Wyoming. Just
Wyoming
because-
is
Greatest place to work on music.
Apparently,
yeah, that's what-
wide
that's
open,
where,
wide open spaces.
that's where Ye dropped his album. Ye, like he had a listening party in
Oh,
Wyoming and
okay.
everything. Yeah. So,
Is that what the album cover is with like the mountains in the
that's
background?
Wyoming.
Oh, so that's nice.
That's
Okay,
Wyoming.
now it's come full circle. I
Everything
see.
makes sense now.
Okay.
Ooh.
In other news for breakups, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson have broken up.
The big one.
So there's a lot of rumors going around that this was just PR, and them breaking up is because Ariana Grande really woke up after Mac's death. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it was PR? Or do you think they were legit about it?
Well, the whole thing with Mac Miller's death is like a big moment for Ariana, especially after like she just recently broke up with him a couple
Just
months
got
ago.
back with,
Yeah.
with another guy too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I mean it's something that's like makes you maybe reevaluate your current
yeah, I guess
like,
it's
situation.
it's a really
Yeah.
life-shaking thing. So I can see where she's coming from as far as it being fake and for PR. It totally could have. I mean,
Yeah.
they got tattoos. How many tattoos did they get together? Do you have any
Yes,
record
he has
of
the
that?
deets on that.
I mean,
It's looking like it was 8.
like them
so
combined.
more than one.
oh,
more than one.
Okay,
than
so
one.
that in terms of matching tattoos, they
Okay.
both got like 5, and then each person like kind of
Got
separately
a
overall.
couple more.
Yeah, I got a couple more.
I
that were
know,
just like in relation to the other person.
Pete
but
got
not
the
matching.
bunny ears behind his head,
Yeah,
and you
got
can
the bunny
see.
ears. You got
Yeah.
the cloud.
He
on
covered
his
that one
finger.
up real quick. That one was
Yeah.
covered
Yeah.
up like a week after the relationship. He turned the bunny ears into a heart, which
Yeah.
I think is kind of funny. I just think that they're rich enough to like just laser it off without having to cover it up.
I mean, I guess he could have personally done that, or maybe he decided to choose it, keep it there, and just cover it up instead of completely remove it.
I mean, he's a big tattoo guy, so I wouldn't
Oh,
see
yeah, yeah.
why
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a thing.
I'm
So-
it all happened pretty quickly because
Yeah,
Mac
no
Miller
shit.
passed away on September 7th, and then when did
Well,
when
they
did all
started
of that
going-
happen?
They started dating back in like May, is when like the official reports were coming through.
And when
That's
was the engagement and
Okay.
everything? Like they got engaged like what 4 weeks after.
Pretty
that I
pretty
have to look
quickly.
up here.
Yeah.
everything.
He bought a ring fairly quickly.
Yeah,
I just
see
feel
where that
like
was.
here's the thing, them rushing into everything, and Pete Davidson kind of like using Ariana's clout to like build his fame, kind of speculates a lot of things as to whether or not this was PR, because it makes me think that it was, because like they got married within 4 weeks of like getting engaged. Like that's crazy to me. That's
Were
bizarre.
they actually married or just
Or not married. They were engaged.
Yeah.
Within 4 weeks of being together, like was Ariana Grande cheating on Mac? What was
Their
going on?
timelines were a little kind of overlapping. It seemed like she broke off with Mac Miller a little bit after some, like, this is his timeline here. It says like the days they were dating, and they kind of like, I think they started reconnecting again when Ariana hosted SNL back in March
With Pete Davidson
of this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pete Davidson broke up with his longtime girlfriend Cassie David, Larry David's daughter. If you guys,
yikes.
I completely forgot about that too.
Curb your relationship.
Exactly.
So a lot of breaking up going on.
Yeah.
Other breakups that we had. Well, I don't even know if this counts as a breakup because they weren't back together. Halsey and G-Eazy, they were back together, but then they broke up, and now they are back to. Well, I don't even know.
We didn't even hear about it until now.
Yeah, they literally just recently broke up. They don't even follow each other on Instagram, so that's.
Big
I guess
news.
that puts the cherry on the
Big
ice cream,
details.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Confirmed.
yeah, basically. So they were together during the AMAs, which was what, 2 weeks ago, and
Really recently.
Roughly
now
2 weeks
they're
ago.
not together. But what makes you? What? How do we know they're not together? Like,
I mean, it's the same thing with Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. Like,
PR.
I mean, well, Pete Davidson is on the current season of Saturday Night Live, and he's definitely, after having the
He
relationship
really
with
used Ariana as.
I mean, now
a
he
tool.
was like, I watched a couple of digital shorts. He was definitely one of the more recognizable faces on the
Right.
show. But like,
Was that
And they
after
did the
or
SNL
before?
Weekend
that was
Update
before.
segments.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I mean, now
I mean, he was
feel
up
like,
on the rise, the up and coming,
If
and now
you-
this helped him a lot. Like,
right.
You know?
I feel like the
if
G and
you-
Halsey thing isn't like that though.
Yeah.
Especially them getting back together. Them getting back together is probably like them rebounding.
Yeah.
You know?
If a big
Well, I
on
think
a
maybe
larger
because Pete
scale.
and Ariana's relationship was just like a newer relationship. Like they're bouncing back and forth. But Pete and Ariana, it's new, and they had like current relationships that they kind of like just went out of.
Right.
Especially the whole thing with Mac Miller that escalated.
Yeah,
some more
that's
of like the
true.
coverage of their relationship.
I mean, think maybe either G-Eazy or Halsey's working on something in order to gain gain
Is there
some
new music? Can we get an answer
yeah,
to that?
to gain
Anyone?
some attention. You gotta work the system, I guess.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, you had that thing going on, especially with Dua Lipa and her ex, Paul Klein from Lainey.
Yeah.
So after they broke up, he immediately, 45 days after the breakup, released the album Malibu Nights. It's a complete breakup album, and in fact, one of the songs on the album is called Run, and the tagline is "Run, run, run, back to who you're running from," because Dua Lipa got back together with her ex. There was speculations that Lainey was a band that the record label wanted to bring up, so Dua dated Paul from Lainey just to bring them up.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So
A little bit.
I guess
yeah.
I guess that's just something in Hollywood. Like, I guess we'll never know till we're there.
Right, one day.
Precisely.
One day, if that relationships are actually real or if it's PR, I feel like it's a mix of both. I feel like there's pressure from like agencies on both sides to keep the relationship going or break it up.
Well, there was another young celebrity type relationship that ended recently with, I believe it was Jake Paul or Logan Paul, one of the Pauls, and
one of the
Chloe
Pauls.
Bennett.
Yeah, that was Logan Paul. So
Yeah.
There we go.
I know with the Shane Dawson documentary coming out, there's been a lot of like release about truth that hasn't been released. So there is a lot of fishiness and shadiness out there in Hollywood with relationships and
Which ones are
everything of that
real?
sort.
Which ones are fake?
Yeah, even if they want the PR or not, they're gonna get the attention.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I
And
guess
it did
that's-
get attention because a lot of
That's-
people were like, "Why
yeah.
are you dating Logan Paul to Chloe Bennett?"
Yeah, exactly.
what you doing? All right, well that is it for today or this week on the Pop, and we will be back with more music-related content, more drama,
The
more
hot details,
controversy.
yes.
Yes.
All the gossip you need.
Everything
Oh, yeah.
you want.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Sarah,
And I'm Brett.
And I'm Sal.
and we'll see you guys soon.